Hello my crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky Papercraft, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. Today we are looking at Waves of the Ocean. Now the stamp set and dies will be available in the upcoming annual catalog, which will launch in May, but there's a few pieces of it that are available now and only while supplies last. That includes these fantastic gems. You can see I've already gotten into the package and I've used a few because I love them. It goes from this beautiful aqua green to kind of a granny apple green all the way down into this more jeweled navy tone. The stamp set is absolutely fantastic for masculine inspired birthdays, retirement cards, or pretty much anything when anybody needs sort of an encouraging message. And the color of ink that I'm going to be using today is Pacific Point. Now we're going to be making 3 cards, and I'm going to put the same piece of paper on 3 different color backgrounds to show you how the paper changes up. But I wanted to show you the paper first. It's inspired by the ink pour, and there's absolutely gorgeous colors. It's all kind of reminiscent of a tropical vacation, spa, just beautiful, relaxing colors. And really, in this pack, the paper does all of the work for you. Seriously, all you need to do is cut a piece of paper, put a sentiment onto it, and it is good to go. So this is actually the piece that we're going to be using, and that's the flip side of it. Sort of yellow with a little bit of peach undertones. I've already got it cut, and I've got my bases cut. We are going to be using Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Granny Apple Green. And I've got them all here ready to go. And we'll see. This tape runner was giving me a little bit of attitude earlier, so we'll see. Yeah, no, that one's still a little cranky. So we're just going to simply put our pieces. Now the bases I've cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, our typical size, and the mats I've got cut to 4 by 5 1/4. So a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to put that one on there because there's not much green. This one is going to go there, I think. So by process of elimination, this one gets plunked down onto our Pacific Point. And it really does, the backing color that you put on it, or put it on, really kind of pulls the color out of the paper. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you wanted to, you could highlight a few areas with just a little bit of Wink of Stella for a little bit of pop. That would make it really, really pretty too. Or you could just flick some of the Stella, like hold it and then just tap it on your finger and flick it just to kind of highlight some areas as well. I'm not going to do that today because I have physio later and I don't want to have sparkly fingers. Oh, whoops. All right. Now, see how quick and easy that was? Now I'm just going to grab our Pacific Point ink, and I've already cut the large oval from the double oval punch. And I'm just going to do Happy Birthday. Inky fingers already. Now, if you wanted to, you could punch it and then, or stamp it and then punch it. I've already got the pieces punched because, well, it's an easy, straightforward linear stamp. And I already tested it to make sure it was going to work. But if I'm doing something detailed, or say like for the sailboat punch, if it needs a stamped image to be punched, I will punch that image first just to make sure that I've got it exactly bang on where it needs to be. Close that before something happens. Actually, I'm going to show you this too. Sometimes if you want to add just a little bit of color to around the edge, you can just roll it into your ink pad and then it'll pick up the color on the edges. So I'm going to flip these guys over I'm going to add this one to the piece that has, I think, the Pacific Point background. And then we're just going to figure out where the sentiment needs to be placed for these guys. Then we're going to add our gems. And we're done. Actually, this one I think can go in the center. I don't know where I'm putting a gem on that one. The thing about adding gems is if you get an inky fingerprint somewhere, all you need to do is cover it with a gem. All right. So I was going to use the gems that are the same color as the background, but I think I'm going to do one of the coordinating colors here to, oops, that's not the right size. Do the medium-sized one on the top, and then do 3 of the small ones on the bottom. I like odd numbers usually, so to me 3 and 3, odd top, odd bottom, even though it makes 6, I'd say we're good to go. Okay, this one we're gonna do, I think we'll use this lighter shade. Oh, actually, start with a larger. I'm just gonna go right under the birthday. Large, come on, medium, and we're going to track to the small one. And for our granny green guy, we'll do this darker shade. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So, oops, my gems came off the paper. There we are. So quick, like seriously, super quick, super easy. 3 birthday cards, good to go. Even though it's the same piece of paper, it's a little bit different. Now, I want to show you the stamp, the wave stamp here. It is absolutely gorgeous as well. And that can make a standalone card on its own. So we're going to grab a piece of basic white and I'm going to trim it. And I've already got it lined up on my Stamparatus. You can use the large stamp block. I like using the Stamparatus for bigger card or bigger stamps, just so that I get a really good impression. Now I can see I've already made a card with it, so I can see where the edge of the card or where the edge of the stamp is. So I'm going to put the card right to the edge and then put our magnet there. I like to put something underneath the side so that I get a good coverage of ink, and it's not, sometimes stamping it on an angle is a bit of a challenge. Let's get it really good and inky. And the awesome thing about the Stamparatus too is that if you don't get the perfect impression that you want the first time, or the color is not deep enough for you because it's not going anywhere and you've got it placed with the magnet, you can add more ink to the stamp and then just keep adding as many layers of color as you want to get the color that you want and the depth of color. And the see, it's really noticeable from the second stamp to the first stamp. All right, I'm going to close this guy up, put it off to the side. Now, it didn't go right to the edge, so I am going to trim because I do want to put it on to a piece of, I think, Night of Navy. So I'm going to trim it to, actually, I'm going to trim it to the edge because I don't want it. So that was what, about 5? I'm going to trim this guy to 4. All right, so we're good. So far, no inky fingerprints. we're going to be using You're Totally Awesome and a bird. Do I want Night of Navy? Yeah, I'm going to use Night of Navy. I kind of eyeball it to center, as always. We're going to take our happy birthday off. I'm going to use Memento Black for our bird. And we're just going to do 3 in the corner. 1, 2, and 3. Now when you stamp, you want to just do kind of like a tap. If you push too hard, you'll get halos around, which is not desirable. I've got a little bit of a one there, but it's fine. It's not too terribly noticeable. And then we're going to use You're Totally Awesome, but we're going to do it in our Pacific Point, and we're going to put it right by the wave. And then, of course, we need to bling it up just a scooch. I'm going to breeze through this package of gems in no time. And we're just going to kind of dot it randomly around the wave. Well, sort of randomly. And we'll do one up over here. Whoops, over there. All right, so really quick to make cards with this set. I don't even think that one took 5 minutes, even with the cutting. And then we've got our 3 that we did with our different background colors. So don't forget to hit subscribe down below to be notified every single time a brand new video goes live. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, the gems and the paper from this are available only while supplies last. So get it sooner rather than later if you love it and want it. If you're in Canada and would like to shop with me, my links are down below as well. And I'll also have the link to the cards so that you can see exactly what we used. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.